Hello students, welcome to MJC Learning. Today we will study English poem 2.7 She Walks in Beauty by Lord Byron. Let's study about the poet. George Gordon Byron, was known simply as Lord Byron, was a famous English romantic poet and also a satirist. He attended a number of schools, including the famous public school Harrow, and then went to Trinity College. Lord Byron was born on 22nd January 1788 in London, United Kingdom. He died at the age of 36 years on 19th April 1824 in Greece. His most famous poems are Don John and She Walks in Beauty. He was a romantic poet, politician, and eventual revolutionary. Lord Byron was a celebrity, famous for both his writing and his aristocratic excesses. Let's just study about the poem. She Walks in Beauty is a short lyrical poem written in 1814 by Lord Byron. It is said to have been inspired by an event in Byron's life. On 11th of June 1814, Byron attended a party in London. Among the guests was Mrs. Wilmot, the wife of Byron's first cousin, Sir Robert Wilmot. He was struck by her unusual beauty, and the next morning the poem was written. The lady was mourning, wearing a black dress with glittering sequins in it. It deals with the lady's inner and outer beauty and explores the idea that her inner beauty enhances her outer beauty, thus making her perfect woman in Byron's eyes. It is comprised of three 6-line stanzas, which is known as sestet. In the poem, the rhyme scheme is AB, 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 CD, 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 and EF, EF, EF in the first, second, and third stanzas, respectively. Students, now let us move towards the theme of the poem. The principal themes of the poem are beauty and harmony of the mind and body. The poem deals with the inner beauty of a lady, which is the main theme of the poem. The poet does parallel comparison of the lady with the beautiful nature. The lady has an innocent and caring heart, showing the beauty of darkness and brightness both together. The poem suggests that perfection is achieved when the inner self as well as the outer self is beautiful. Now let us move towards stanza 1. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes, thus mellowed to that tender light which heaven to gaudy day denies. The first stanza compares the women to the beauty of the night. The poem gives description of a charming woman with whom the speaker seems familiar with. The lady is compared to lot of dark but beautiful things like the night and starry skies. Hence, the woman's unique beauty is compared to the night. To do so, the poet Lord Byron uses simile here when he says cloudless climes and starry skies. Emphasizing preciseness and radiance means brightness of her beauty. There is heavenly light seen on her aspect. Aspect means face. There is heavenly light seen on her face and in her eyes, which cannot be compared even to the most bright and gaudy days, which clearly states that the beauty of this lady is heavenly and unique. This poem gives Byron's definition of an ideal woman. Let us move towards stanza 2. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace which waves in every raven tress, or softly lightens o'er her face. where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure, how dear their dwelling place. The second stanza continues to use the contrast between light and dark, day and night, to describe woman's beauty. The poet is describing the perfect balance in the line, one shade the more, one ray the less, and says that if it was not for the perfect balance, the grace, the beauty of the nameless women, the beauty of the unnamed women would have been damaged. The beauty is seen in every lock of hair. It is radiated in her dark, jet black hair. Raven tress means black hair. Further, the poet Lord Byron moves beyond physical appearance, means he moves beyond outer beauty and starts to consider inner beauty that dwells in a place, which is woman's mind and her face. Poet says that both are pure and dear, means both the woman's mind and face are pure and dear. Let us move towards stanza 3. And on that cheek and over that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tell of days in goodness spent, a mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent. The third stanza focuses on the relationship between inner and outer beauty. This final stanza returns to her face, but again sees the silent expression of peace and calm in her cheek, brow, and smiles. Her facial expressions are the result of inner emotions. Outer beauty then becomes a symbol of the inner beauty. The woman's external beauty reflects her inner beauty and her kind and innocent soul. In this way, Lord Byron has presented the beauty of a mind at peace and an innocent, loving heart. Now, let us see what message we get from this poem. She walks in a beauty is an admiration of inner and outer beauty. The poet appreciates the stunning beauty of the lady and has himself totally wrapped around her fingers. The poet portrays a message that perfect beauty is a combination of inner as well as outer beauty. The lady is bestowed with impressive beauty and spiritual as well as physical harmony. The poem talks about the lady's soul's innocence. Now, let us see what lesson we have learnt from this poem. It doesn't matter what you look like on outside, it's what on the inside counts. Beauty is being the best possible version of yourself on the inside and out. Thank you, students.